Hey guys, it's Cynthia. So welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a video that I've been wanting to do for a really long time, but I was unsure about how I want to approach this, and honestly I was just a little bit nervous about it because we're talking about acne and skin, which if you've watched my last video, you know is one of my biggest physical insecurities, I guess. But yeah, let's get right into it. So I guess starting in middle school and in high school, I did have acne, but nothing too intense. Now that I really think about it, I did go to the dermatologist then, and I was given some basic prescriptions, and that generally cleared it up. If you want to go way back to my old skincare video, that was literally maybe 3 years ago, I talked more about those prescriptions. Let's fast forward to more recently. 2 years ago when I started college, that's where it all suddenly just went downhill real quick. I don't know if it was the change in lifestyle, or I don't know what, or the prescription had worn off or something, because I hadn't been taking any medication when I started school. And then so all throughout my first semester, I just noticed it getting worse and worse and worse, and then that's when I started developing not just whiteheads anymore. It was straight up cysts. For those of you who don't know, they're just huge pimples that are underneath the skin, far below the surface, that you can't pop them, but they'll be there for really long periods of time, and they'll throb and they hurt, and you just can't really do much to treat it unless you were to go to a professional or something. So that was an issue. So I started developing a lot of cysts along with whiteheads. I think I was developing I don't even know, at least 3 or 4 new pimples every single day, and I just didn't really know how to deal with it. At that point I did go to the dermatologist again. I was taking some antibiotics, similar to the ones that I was prescribed in the past. But at that point, they literally were just not doing the job for me. And I was very consistent about cleansing my face and treating it. I would wash my face every day, use toner, and then moisturize and use medication and everything, but nothing topical was fixing it. And I'm not gonna lie, I think around then, the longer this kept on going, I definitely fell into a bit of a bad mental state because of it. I just felt really ugly and just really gross, and I didn't want to go anywhere without putting on a full face of foundation and everything. And even then I just felt very unnatural, and I don't know, but I definitely believe that acne can take a huge mental toll on you, and it's terrible. And I really just I wish it wasn't like that, but when you wake up and you just feel ugly and you don't want to hang out with anyone because you just think they're looking at your skin or judging you, it really sucks. So I think the worst point in my skin was when during my winter break in January of last year, I went to China for just winter break trip to visit relatives and stuff. So that was a really rough time for me. My skin was already in really bad shape then. Again, I was still going through the cysts and the whiteheads, just constantly just there. I would pop them, made no difference. I'd be left with a lot of scars as well. And it was just really bad cycle, and like I said, it was putting me in a really bad mental state as well. But when I went to China, it was so much worse, because I think the change in environment was also having an effect on my skin, so it wasn't getting any better for sure. And also, for those of you who know, a lot of Asian relatives, I would have to say, are very blunt when it comes to commenting on your appearance. I don't let that go to heart too much, because I'm just kind of I mean, they don't mean for it to come off so rude, but yeah, a lot of people, they would just look at me, or the first thing they would say when they see me is oh my goodness, what happened to your skin? It was nothing like this when we saw you 2 years ago. And it was just really a tough time. I remember there was even one point during my vacation where I was just in bed crying, and I was FaceTiming my friend Marissa. Bless Marissa for putting up with this, and she was just telling me Cynthia, don't say that your problems are stupid, this is your face that you're talking about, of course you have every right to be upset. And I really appreciate sentiment like that. But yeah, so that's when it was worst. And when I was there, I got some facials done, and that did help extract a lot of the bad stuff underneath, but that wasn't a complete cure. But I think I'm bringing up China because that's when the picture of the thumbnail was taken, and also that's when I think it started getting better. Yeah, like I did use a lot of different things, and I can go more in depth if you guys want me to, but I just want to focus on the one product that's been working really well for my skin since then. And I actually only discovered this product about maybe March of this past year, but it's made such a huge difference. Like none of the other stuff that I used, it's thundering really loudly. Like none of the other like treatments or like the medications or whatever that I used prior to this thing like did that significant of a difference, but I really want to share with you guys about what really changed my skin. So sorry, I'm all over the place. So just for background information, I have oily skin that is very acne prone, and the kind of acne I get are just straight up big painful pimples. They're usually whiteheads, and like they just, or like cysts. Cysts not as much anymore, which is good, but like yeah, that's usually what I get. And what I found really helped clear up my skin are pantothenic acid pills. So for those of you guys who don't know what that is, and that sounds kind of scary, but you can actually just get this on Amazon really cheap. So this is what they look like. I buy them on Amazon, and they range in price between like $11 and $13. And then on here it says take like 1 capsule a day, but that's not going to do anything for you. Based on all the reviews that I've read, like you want to really load up on that. I know that sounds kind of scary, but that's what I did as well. And then basically I will take 5 in the morning and 5 at night, with food preferably. And then basically I found that within like a matter of like 2 weeks, my skin was just clearing up so fast. I highly recommend them. I can't, like, I've taken a lot of other things in the past and I've tried so many different products, but none of them fixed my skin as well and as quickly as this one did. Like I was ready to go on Accutane prior to discovering these, which bless my friend Sam, she told me about them and I was like, oh, why not? And like lo and behold, it actually worked. But yeah, like my skin was at that point of like Accutane ready, but I personally wasn't ready to go on that. Like going on Accutane has a lot of like extreme side effects and like potential long-term side effects, and that's just something I wasn't ready to like commit myself to. But yeah, so pantothenic acid pills are really what helped me clear out my skin. And you guys can do some more research on them yourself to see like how they work and everything. But yeah, that was 100% like the real MVP in terms of clearing my skin, because now I don't plan on going on Accutane ever. And I think now that summer that my skin has like mostly cleared up, I'm gonna try and cut back on the dosage, and then eventually I can get off of them, of course. But for now, like they're a lifesaver, and they've kept my skin clear for like the last like 5 months or so. But yeah, so that is definitely like the main product I want to talk to you guys about. Definitely go try it out. It's not very expensive. You can buy it on Amazon. I'll even link it down below, the exact one that I get, and you could read into it. But yeah, it only works well if you take like a large dosage every day. Okay, and then there's also one other thing I want to mention before I forget. Another product that I highly recommend that I feel like a lot of people don't know about are these like acne patch. I call them pimple stickers actually. Basically they look like this, and they just have a lot of different sizes and they're little circles. I think these are really fantastic when say you have a big whitehead and then after you pop it, like, sorry, we're gonna get a little graphic over here. Let's be real, like there's a lot of like liquid coming out and you just are trying to stop that flow. Otherwise, it's just gonna like eventually harden up, and then the next day it's gonna like come off again, and then the whole cycle begins, and it just like kind of prolongs the whole like pimple experience, which you don't want. So what I do is after I pop a pimple and I like remove like the inside little egg, if y'all know what I'm talking about, I like to clean it off with toner first, and then I put a sticker on it and I leave it on overnight, or if it's during the day, for like at least a few hours. And these guys are really good at sucking out all that excess pus and everything, so that when you take it off either in the morning or a few hours later, it's like almost completely flat and it's gonna heal so much faster. I hope this video helped you. I think I want to do a separate skincare routine video. This one was definitely more focused on just showing you guys like my like 2 MVP products that I really want those of you guys who suffer with acne to like maybe try out, see if it's for you, because like I said, this stuff literally helped me from having to go on Accutane, and it's like cleared up my skin. Like this is my skin like with just the tiniest bit of like makeup. So yeah, I'm almost fully recovered, and yeah, so I hope this can help you. Please subscribe if it did help you and you guys like this video, and if you want a skincare routine, I'm going to work on it, but also let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!